Jen and everybody at home. I know you're all in the hen do right now, so I hope you're all having a really good time. Hope you had a really good meal last night, and I hope you're really looking forward to the surprises Meg's got in store for you. I know that I wish I was there with you all tonight. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret about what you're going to get up to tonight, because I know already, haha. We need to add a little bit of context to Meg's idea though before we do. So I'm going to tell you a little story. So as you might know, I'm currently teaching in South Korea. And I knew a long time ago that I wouldn't be able to come to the hen do tonight. So Meg, myself and Jen, we decided to have a little hen do of our own before I left. So in around July or August of last year, we got together and made sure it was a night to remember. So after having a really gorgeous cake cooked by Meg and a lovely tapas meal and a bit too much champagne, Jen decided to make her way into the kitchen and make some gorgeous mojitos. So as she was shaking her thing to Nicki Minaj, she decided to pour copious amounts of alcohol into my cocktail shaker and make the mojitos. But she also managed to make her lovely kitchen look like some kind of green swamp with all the mint everywhere. And yeah, it wasn't too pretty, but it tasted pretty good. So after drinking far too many mojitos and more than I can possibly remember and ever want to think about again, I decided to get some water, go into the kitchen, and where was Jenny? Yep, she was at the counter making even more bloody mojitos, and this time Nicki Minaj was on repeat. So Nicki Minaj, if you're listening to this, Jenny is your #1 fan, and yeah, so is Meg actually. And so after she'd made the mojitos, we had a lovely night dancing to All Saints, Britney Spears, and the night ended with me locking myself in the bathroom, being sick and blocking the sink, and Jenny in the other room convinced that something mysterious, even actually murder, was going on next door because the police arrived into their little neighbourhood at 4 AM and she was convinced somebody was murdered. So without further ado, that is the story that leads me to what you're actually doing tonight. So tonight, Meg has arranged for you all to be swept off your feet to go and do a cocktail making class. So we can have Jenny learn to be even better than she was before, but you've got to promise you won't be making any of those stinking mojitos because I'll be able to smell them all the way over here in Korea. So please don't do that. But you have to have an amazing night. So, Jenny, before you get shoes on, I know you're very excited to go out right now, but I just wanted to tell a few stories about me and you from the past. Put your cups down and sit back for 5 minutes. Okay, so me and you have been friends for longer than I can remember. Even when we were 5 years old, we bonded over being better at maths and Rihanna Brown. Let's face it, we weren't fans of her, were we at all? And how can I forget you dressed up as a Christmas elf in Bolton School play, a little red and green elf. My mum still has pictures to prove that, so I might even send one of them your way actually for the wedding day. That gives me an idea. But anyway, you've always been such a hard worker, and I think it's being friends with you that made me a hard worker at school. And it made me actually probably get into uni because I was copying your hard work and got good grades, which I probably wouldn't have got if I wasn't friends with you. So thank you very much for that. I'm extremely proud of you becoming a dentist. I knew from age 11 you were going to go and do the best and follow your dreams, and you have, and I'm really, really proud of you. But I know there's many more facets to your personality than some people know about. You're one of my best friends, and I know lots of different facets to you. So I just wanted to talk about different sides of Miss Jenny Elwood. So number one, I want to talk about beauty. So on our sixth form leaving party, I remember you looked so pretty and you were wearing a mint kind of ball-gown dress, and it was really lovely. It was a really lovely night. And I don't know if you remember this, but when I asked Mrs. Danson the next day who had the best dress, she said it was you. And we all know, Miss Danson is a bit crazy. She likes to talk about more sexual innuendo than my mum does, but she was right about that one. That night, you looked stunning, and you were the belle of the ball. So that was number one. You see. So now we've talked about smart and pretty Jennifer. I want to talk about silly Jennifer. So not only has she pushed her way into a party without paying while dressed as a nurse, but there's also been occasions where I was having a midnight kiss with my then boyfriend at the time, Andy, and I heard screams coming from my bedroom. So after further inspection, I looked up and I could see the light was on. And I was thinking, right, what the hell is going on in my bedroom now? All I could see was the shadow of some crazy woman running about my room, carrying my favourite summer shoes, my favourite Topshop sandals. So after further questioning, it was discovered that all this fuss was because Jan had found a tiny little small spider, and she decided to brace it. She decided to squash it with one of my shoes until it was dead. So thanks for that, Jen. So you do have the silly sides, and I forgot to say that at the party where you dressed as a nurse, we even managed to find Braveheart as the dancing partner, so that's another good shout for the night. So now I want to talk about how kind you are. So during year 9, I was bullied a lot from these horrible bitches in our class, which we need to name no names there. But you and Meg were always good at music, and Mr. Roberts, the music teacher, let you and Meg go off into a separate classroom and practice piano when really we know you're just sitting there talking shit to each other. And I used to just have to sit in class and take shit off them girls for hours on it. But one day, you noticed that they were being worse than usual, and you said, to the teacher, can you come and sit with us and sit in the back room with us? And I'll always thank you for that. I don't know if I've ever said it, thank you to you properly, but I want to say thanks for doing that for me. That's when me and you and Meg became proper good friends, and we were best friends from then, and it really helped me because at that point I didn't think I had a friend in the world. Finally, I want to talk about love. So, the moment I met David back in 2006, when I came to your halls in Manchester to visit you, I knew what a perfect couple you were. I knew you'd be together forever. And I'm so happy that you found somebody that can teach you, and evident to see that he does. You are two peas in a pod, perfect for each other, and you're just on the same wavelength. You're just great together, and he treats you like a princess. So that's all I want for my best friend. So I'm so sorry that I can't make it to the wedding. I feel bad about that every day, but I know that you'll have an absolutely beautiful ceremony and you'll have the best day of your life. And I absolutely can't wait to come back and see you and just share all the special memories with you, and talk about future plans, and just see you again, because I really miss you here over in Korea. I'm sitting in a cafe at the moment after work looking like shit. But I just wanted to make this video for you to tell you how much I'm missing you and how much I care about you and love you. So without further ado, I want you all to get out there and have a really amazing night and drink champagne, dance on the tables, and watch that Meg girl. She's not too stable after a couple of days. So I love you and leave you, and bye bye from Korea. Bye bye.